Well, hello, welcome to Best Me 2023. I am your host, Kim Oceann. I am so excited to be here with you tonight, sharing these prompts that I have channeled that I'm really excited and I hope will ignite your new year and your passion for creating a reality. Let me take these out real quick. I feel like 2020 through 2022 was kind of this cocoon transition. 2020 especially was a cocoon. We were all going inside. We were starting to do some inner work, a lot of inner healing, and that healing has continued for the last couple of years. And now in 2023, I really feel and see this co-creation, this exciting conscious creation of our realities, where we've got our wings now, we've gone through the cocoon, the metamorphosis, we have our wings and we're ready to fly. We're ready to let go of those safety nets and those branches, and we're ready to just create the reality of our dreams. So that's what I'm here to support you guys in doing, and it is my life's mission and passion to do so. So I'm so excited that you're here, and if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for being here. Again, I am Kim Oceann, and I just want to tell you a little bit about me and my background and how I got to this place. So in 2018, I had a profound spiritual awakening. And in 2019, at that time, I was working in the children's hospitals. I'd been working in the children's hospitals for 7 years. In the 7 years prior, I was in college and grad school, just going, working multiple jobs and, working myself to the bone. I was burning the candle at both ends. I was super burnt out, and I had not given myself any space to rest. In 2018, I got a little bit sick for a few weeks and couldn't go back to work, but I was, not contagious and I was feeling better. And so I started going to this yoga class. And in this class, I had these really profound experiences where I just felt the presence of the divine, and I felt all of this wash over me of divine unconditional love. And I had all these words spoken over me, like, this is part of your divine training, and you have no idea who you are. You are the motherfucking queen of oceans, is actually what I heard. And hence Kim Oceann was birthed pretty much from that point on. And I just dove deep into this spiritual journey, and I read tons of books. I was just so curious about what it was that I experienced. I discovered meditation. And prior to that whole, 14 years that I was talking about of just hustle and grind just left me so anxious, and I really, really struggled with anxiety. I had a constant overthinking mind, and just I would say that my anxiety could power a small city, is how much I had. And to this day, it's taken me years to do a lot of deep healing and undoing of a lot of programming and of that anxiety. And now I am able to live anxiety free. I really live a life that has so much more bliss, joy, excitement, and freedom than I've ever felt. And that freedom is now what I feel called to help others get to a place where they are living their lives on purpose, from their hearts, from their intuition. I took a course in early 2020 called Intuition Development, and it was the Intuitive Intensive. And we just dove super deep, learned all of these processes. And it was one of the first times that the reason I did it was so that I could hear and listen to my intuition, because I had all of this chatter going on in my head. As I learned to meditate, I started to realize how much my mind was going all the time. And there was so much chatter. It felt I was even hearing different voices come in. And so I have a podcast, Awakening 101, where one of the things I say all the time is, if you hear voices, you're not crazy. Because that was something that I felt really overwhelmed by and alone in. And I've come to find that often people have that on their spiritual journey, and it's a spiritual gift even to be clairaudient, meaning that you can hear things through your intuition and hear messages coming through from other sources, the divine and in the non-physical. So took a lot of time to discover all that was happening to me. I had lots of mentors. I read tons of books and just dove really deep into the spiritual journey. And I asked myself around 2020, and a lot of us did, what would I do? What kind of career would make me really happy? If I had all the money in the world, what would I do for fun and creativity? What would I do to give back? What would I do to serve others? And for me, the answers that it boiled down to, or that I eventually came to, was DJing for fun and creativity and serving, as well as coaching and spirituality and talking about spirituality and helping people along their awakening journeys. So here I am. That is what I do today. And it's been a heck of a journey, and I don't regret a single minute of it. And I'm so grateful. It hasn't been easy. It hasn't all been sunshine and rainbows, but I don't regret a minute of it. And I'm so grateful to be here in this place. And so now I feel called to help others along their paths as well. So tonight is about Best Me 2023. It's about consciously creating your future this year. It's so beautiful that we have a reset as the new year. I know it's not the lunar new year, but it's our Gregorian calendar, and we'll go by that because it's this cultural thing that we celebrate, this marking of this new year and the closing of a chapter. And it's a great time to assess, reevaluate, to look back on 2022 and see if there are any changes that need to be made, and reflect upon it, as well as create from this new chapter, from this new place. You are the main character in your story. So let's write the story that you want to write. Let's create the things that you want to create. And I had this download a week ago of all of these beautiful prompts to guide my people through. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. But before we do that, I would love if we could ground in our energy and just settle into the present moment, and we'll do a little bit of breath work together. So go ahead and place your hands on your heart, maybe one on your belly, if that feels good. Close your eyes. We're going to do 10 deep breaths with 10-second inhale, 10-second hold, and 10-second exhale. Take a deep breath out and in. Hold at the top. And exhale. If 10 is too long, you could switch to 8. 8 inhale, 8 hold, and 8 exhale. Go back in. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Deep, deep, deep. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. Deep inhale. Hold. And exhale. Deep inhale. Hold. Exhale. 5 more. Here we go. Deep inhale. Hold. And exhale. Deep inhale. Hold. And exhale. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. 2 more. Deep, deep, deep. Hold. And exhale. 1 more deep breath in. At the top. And exhale, release. Keep your eyes closed. Visualize a grounding cord from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the earth. Light coming up from the center of the earth, cleansing and clearing any stress energy, any lower vibrational energy, any old belief systems that are no longer serving you. We just allow them to gently fall away. Visualize light coming down from the heavens, meeting you at the top of your crown, filling up your whole being. Filling up every single cell with light. Inviting in the future you to assist in your transformation tonight. May a new you be born tonight. Deep breath in and exhale. Keep your eyes closed. Let's just take a moment to invite in support from the divine. Whatever you believe in, call in universe, your higher self, angels, divine light to support you, guide you in answering these questions, attuning you to the highest version of you, the you that already exists, that is on your highest timeline, your highest path with the most abundance, joy, bliss, love, fun, and play possible. We welcome that higher you to guide your steps from this day forward. We invite in angelic protection, support, and guidance to turn up the volume on your intuition and your guidance so that your steps are clear. When you're ready, come on back to the moment. You can rub your hands together, tap your thighs. Slowly blink your eyes open when you're ready. Come on back. All right. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our journals if you have them, and I'm going to guide you through some prompts that are going to help you manifest your dream year, your best you yet. So go ahead and you grab your journal and write down number 1, and I'll give you a couple minutes for this. And the question is, what are you proud of yourself for in 2022? So I want you to write down at least 3 things. What are you proud of yourself for in 2022? Put a little meditation music. There we go. Finish up this one. What are you proud of yourself for in 2022? Give you 10 more seconds. All right. Now, question number 2 is, I want you to write down 3 to 5 highlights of your year for 2022, some amazing things that happened for you. And as you write them, I want you to take the time to feel gratitude for each thing. Okay? So again, 3 to 5 highlights from your year 2022, and take time to feel gratitude for each one. I'll give you 2 minutes for this one too. if you need more time, you can always watch this and pause the video to go ahead and give yourself more time. Now, number 3, notice how you were supported by the universe. I want you to write down a few things that magically worked out for you, especially when you didn't think or didn't know how they were going to work out. I have a lovely story about this. It's when I was in 2020, I was in a different relationship with my now ex, of course, and we had a house and a dog together, and I couldn't fight this. We had been together for 8 years, which is quite a long time, and I had this, nagging feeling that our relationship wasn't a match anymore, and that it had kind of run its course and served its purpose, and that we weren't a vibrational match anymore. So it took me about 6 months to finally fully commit to that decision. And when I did, I knew when I was in Mexico, and I just knew. And when we came back from the trip, I knew that I had to do it. And I was so scared because I had no savings. I had no plan. I had Roxy, and I had to find a place ASAP. I knew I didn't want to stay there after we were broken up. So I wrote down all the things that I wanted in my new place. I wrote down that I wanted to live walking distance from the beach. I wanted to learn how to surf, and I wanted an awesome roommate. I wanted lots of natural light. I wanted Roxy to never be alone. And those were my requirements. And sure enough, by the time I got back from my trip, the girl who was staying in my house told me that she couldn't move into the apartment that she had just moved into and signed the lease. And it was our mutual friend that she had moved in with, who I was kind of an acquaintance. And she said, I don't know what I'm going to do. We need to find a replacement roommate immediately. And I said, hold the phone. I have a feeling that's for me. And I, still hadn't done the breakup yet. And so I was so nervous, but I knew that I was supported. And I made that leap, and sure enough, the net appeared. Make the leap and the net will appear. And I just, realized how magically things work out. Just recently, I had a picture on my vision board of my dream car that I've had on there for over a year, almost 2 years, and my exact color, exactly what I wanted it to look like. And they, all online, they said that this car has been sold out. There's a 6-month wait list for a new one. The used ones were costing more than new ones. And Justin got this tip from a colleague that, Toyota Carlsbad was only charging MSRP. And I wrote down in my journal, my manifesting journal, what I wanted to pay for the car and all of the attributes that I wanted in the car. And that day that he got that tip, he went up to Carlsbad, and someone had custom ordered this car and had actually no-showed to pick it up. And so they said, we actually have the car in your color on the lot. And, usually it's back ordered. And so he was like, let me give the guy a call. He didn't answer the phone. He's like, if he doesn't answer the phone, then I'll sell it to you. So sure enough, that's how I got my dream car that I have now. And so there's just all these magical little stories that I could tell you about how things just worked out magically. And I'm sure, maybe it was that you didn't have rent one month and all of a sudden you had just enough to cover it, or whatever it is. I just ask you to reflect and ask your intuition to show you those things when you were magically supported. So go ahead and take 2 minutes and write down 2 to 3 things of stories, unless you have more. So I'll set the timer, go for it. Go ahead and pause if you need more time. One of the things I wrote down was all of the little winks and synchronicities and nudges and signs from the universe. My dad passed away this October, and on my birthday actually, and it was so difficult, but ever since then I've been seeing so many signs from him, so many loving signs. And he told me multiple times that his favorite bird was a blue heron, just like a big crane. And I've been seeing those things freaking everywhere. And they're such a rare bird. And I saw like 6 of them in person in the month of November, between like November and December. One of them was like 10 feet from us. And they are not a bird I saw the whole year before. I think maybe I saw one, probably not. I know I've seen some in person. We even were in Michigan, and we just wanted to drive by a house, and we ended up seeing there was 4 on the front of this house. They were like little statues in front of this house that he wanted to drive by. So just all these winks, nudges, and signs from the universe, just reminding us that we're supported, and from my dad. And so all those things are just, winks that we are so connected and we are so supported and so loved. Okay, the next one is number 4. What habit will you release this year that may have been holding you back from your dreams? Again, what habit will you release, habit or habits, will you release this year that may have been holding you back from your dreams? For example, smoking, procrastination, drinking, etc. Listen to your heart, see what it's telling you. I'll just give you a minute for this one. Finish that one up. Pause if you need more time. Number 5. What daily practice can you add that will help you accomplish your vision? We'll get to the vision in just a minute, but this is the order that they came in. So, what daily practice can you add that will help you accomplish your vision? Listen to your intuition on this one, and daily practice or practices. Maybe write down a couple. Right, morning practices are so incredible and so helpful for creating your dream reality, because that tuning in the morning that you do is exponential for your day. It shifts your vibration, and from your vibration is the point of attraction that you manifest from. So I highly encourage a morning practice that includes at least a little bit of meditation or tapping into your intuition in some way, maybe some breath work, movement, yoga, walking, whatever it is that connects you to yourself. Okay, give you just a couple minutes. One more time. What daily practice or practices can you add that will help you accomplish your vision? finish that one up. Okay. Next, 1 second. I think right here. Okay. The next one, I want you to really feel into this one. What are 5 attributes of your future self that you are attuning to? Maybe some words or phrases come to mind as you listen in for this one. Maybe for me it was radiance, glowing, confidence, abundant, attuned. What else did I write for that one? Yeah, you get the idea. Okay, so write down at least five attributes of your future self that you are attuning to, that you are calling in. Right? Magnetic, embodied, fun, badass, goddess, divine, graceful, glowing, joyful, intuitive, leader, playful. Some inspo for you guys. Okay, I'll give you a couple minutes for that one. At least 5 attributes of your future self that you are calling in. If you can hear me, I really want you to feel into these as you write each one. Okay, finished up that one. Got the next one ready for you. Now, from that place, as we're tuning to that future you that you are calling in, what are at least 5 things, if anything and everything were possible this year, anything and everything were possible this year, take off the limits, get out of your head, get out of your mind with this one, and dream big. What are 5 things that you are co-creating with the universe, manifesting, calling in? 5 things. And they can, 5 things. Maybe it's your dream house, your dream car, your dream feelings. Maybe you just want to feel free. Maybe you just want to feel at peace. Maybe you want to feel joyful. Maybe you want to travel somewhere. Okay, 5 things. Okay, go ahead and finish up that one. All right. Okay, the next one is we kind of covered this on the last one, but specifically I want you to write down 5 feelings that you're calling in for this year. 5 feelings or phrases that describe feelings that you're calling in for this year. I'll give you just a minute for this one. There we go. All right, go ahead and finish up that one if you haven't already. All right. Now the last part is to invite the divine, invite your team to support you. Now we all have a team in the unseen. We have ancestors, and whether or not you believe this, this is what I believe. We have a team that is there to support us, that is assigned to us as we enter these physical bodies. that is assigned to look out for us, protect us. We've all heard of our guardian angels. And there's also a thing called the law of non-interference. Now, the law of non-interference states that they cannot interfere with your life, basically unless you're in grave danger. So I had an experience, a lot of people have angel stories, but I had an experience a couple years ago where I was going for a jog, and I never jog, but I was going for a jog. I had Roxy with me, and I was running, and I tripped off of this steep curb, tripped off of a steep curb, and I was literally flying through the air. I was horizontal, like parallel to the ground, tripping, flying, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm about to F myself up. I'm about to fuck myself up. Okay, because I couldn't brace myself. I had like my leash out with Roxy on one side, and I was about to hit. And all of a sudden, I like, kid you not, I felt this like whoosh a little bit and was upright and caught myself. I was like just off the ground, people. There was no way that I could have caught myself and just kept jogging like I did. That happened, and I just like was stunned. I looked around like to see if anybody else saw it or saw what happened, and I was just in shock. So that's my angel story. But basically, they can't interfere unless you're in grave danger. And so I'm grateful that they saved my moneymaker with that fall. And you know, my family has angel stories of being saved in car accidents and things like that. And I know not everybody is saved in that way, and there's a lot of things that we can't understand. However, with the law of non-interference, it's important because your team of ancestors, angels, support, these beings of unconditional love are there for you, but they can't intervene unless you ask, unless you give them permission. So it is important. That's what prayer and intentions are all about, whether you like to call it prayer or setting intentions or calling in support, any of those things, as long as you freaking ask. Okay, they're ready to support you. They're almost like, give me something to do. We're here, but we can't help you unless you're gonna die. So, or unless you ask. So let's just take a minute together and just ask. I came up with a Christian background, so prayer was a big part of our family, and I don't subscribe so much to Christianity anymore, but I do pray. I pray often and a lot, and my perception of God has expanded and shifted so much, but I still find prayer to be essential and so freaking helpful and magical. So let's just take a minute to invite in the support. I'm going to let you have some quiet time to invite in the support of your angels, or you can repeat after me. Dear Mother, Father, God, Divine, we welcome your support in accomplishing these big dreams and visions of helping us attune to our higher selves, to our future selves. We invite in your support. We give you full permission to turn up the volume in our guidance. Please guide me. Show me how I can be of greatest service to others. Show me how I can accomplish these visions, how we can co-create this dream reality together. Please attune me in my sleep and every day. Attune me to the higher self that I described on this paper. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support, your guidance, your protection, and everything you do for us in the unseen. Make that your own. Let me give you a minute. Welcome their support. You know what else? My mentor said, there are angels. There's this book called Hiring the Heavens that I have in my wish list. I need to read it. And it's basically that there are angels that are ready to support you, and you can call in an angel for everything and anything. I did this a little over a year ago. I heard that from somewhere else, and I called in an angel to support me with my memory. And before this, y'all, I used to say that I have a terrible memory. I used to say things like I have early onset Alzheimer's. I was constantly forgetting and losing things. And I was a hot mess. I could never remember names, all these things. It was really, really tricky for me. And I just chalked it up to ADD and didn't realize that I was creating my reality with my words. But I also had this idea to call in a guide, a spirit guide, a guide for my memory. And so I did. And since then, my memory has never been better. Justin and I went to a party in LA where there was like 100, maybe 150 of his coworkers. And I met so many of them. And we were sitting in a corner and I was rattling off all of their names. People that I met, I even shocked and surprised myself. But I was just like, thank you, memory guide. I have literally a guide that I call upon now, and it's incredible. So you can call in a guide for anything, an angel for anything. Just hire them and tell them what you want and thank them for their support. Give them permission to intercede on your behalf and support you and speak to you loudly and clearly. And that's all it takes. I hope you enjoyed this workshop. I am Kim Oceann. I am here for you in so many ways. If you'd like more support, you can reach out. I have some one-on-one coaching spots available starting in February. I love mentoring people. It's what I love to do the most, and you can expect some serious transformation in those containers. I also have free content that I put out there on Instagram. We have a podcast that I co-host with my dear sister Annie Grace called Awakening 101, where we talk about all kinds of wonderful things and interview tons of guests. We're going on our 20th episode. And so it's really exciting. It's on Spotify, Awakening 101. And again, you can follow me on Instagram. Thank you so much for being a part of tonight. And TikTok. I'm on TikTok as well. Taking the talks, you guys. Anyways, I love you, and I'm so happy that you are in my life and that you found me and that we found each other. So I hope that this is your best year yet, and I'm here to support you in whatever way that you need. Sending you so much love and wishing you a magical, magical year. I love you. See you soon.